Shannon Bream is live in Washington. Shannon, what are some of the concerns parents are voicing?
Well, Patty, and this all comes up from a working group by Texas state law. Every 10 years, this working group has to go through curriculum, make changes, recommendations, additions, deletions. All of that eventually winds up in the textbooks that are used in Texas state schools. Let's give you a look at some of the things this working group recommended this time around. They wanted to eliminate mentions of holidays like Independence Day, Veterans Day, even Christmas. They wanted to take the Liberty Bell off a list of patriotic symbols, and they also wanted to get rid of references to important Americans like Daniel Boone, Christopher Columbus and his role in discovering America, Paul Revere, even General George Patton. So as you can imagine, when this started to go public, there was quite a backlash, Patty Ann.
Are those who oppose these changes having any success?
Well, here's where the battle comes down. It goes to the State Board of Education, which makes the ultimate decisions about what stays and what goes. There are public hearings. They have gotten very heated in Austin as people show up and say, listen, I don't like the direction that this working group is taking some of this curriculum. Jonathan Sines is one of the lawyers who is working for conservative groups fighting some of these controversial changes. He says there is a very liberal group behind this, and they've got a specific agenda. Here's what he told me.
The reality is they just don't like our history. They don't like the fact that our founding fathers had a particular religious faith, and that had an impact on our country. But you know, that's no way to teach social science. That's no way to teach American history. And you don't need a PhD to be able to figure that out.
And what's so important here is that national textbook publishers often look to the state of Texas to build their own curriculum, so this could impact classrooms all over the country, Patty Ann.
So, Shannon, those who support these textbook changes have some big backers, I understand?
They do. The primary supporter of these changes is the Texas Freedom Network. This group says that far-right politics are trumping sound scholarship when it comes to what Texas kids are learning and what they'll learn in the future. They claim that the State Board of Education has been taken over by what they call religious extremists. There is now a Republican majority on the board now, and they seem to have a problem with that as well. Kathy Miller, who is the president of the Texas Freedom Network, says, quote, when partisan politicians take a wrecking ball to the work of teachers and scholars, you get a document that looks more like a party platform than a social studies curriculum. They're especially bothered by references to the religious background of our founding fathers and how that impacted our country. So they're continuing to fight to make sure those references don't make it in. This battle is far from over.